Time to put your eyes on the prize, look into the future, and prepare for what's soon to be the second half of 2008. What's going on, everybody? BT back at y'all. No, just because I got the 360 back does not mean that the videos are going to be ending and I'm going to go on a long hiatus and never do a video ever again. I want to go ahead and set that record straight now, because I know a lot of people thought, oh, he's got his 360, he's going to go back to doing that again. My routine will still be the same. I will still be getting online IMing folks. I will still be chatting. I'll still be doing Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, of course. Keeping my connects with all my friends and close folks thereof. Today's topic, I got two topics that I wanted to tackle before I get ready to go to work. Sundays, I usually am just lounging, but I was forced into realizing that I do have a job to work and have money that I need to obtain and bills to pay. So we're going to get into this quickly and quietly and abruptly. Well, quietly won't work, because then if that's the case, I won't have nothing to say. But anyways, a friend of mine sent me a text message a few days ago wondering if I was up, and of course I wasn't, because I had gotten into coma land in no time. But that's beyond the story. The big issue that she pointed out to me was her boyfriend having a best friend, and the best friend basically being abusive and basically being a woman beater. And I'm supposed to be putting this in the fair term of domestic violence, but at this point, it's just beating and it's abuse. And right now, I think we've reached a time in society where abuse has gotten crazy. I've had a lot of people talk to me about them losing people or having injuries beyond far, not just physically, not just emotionally, but mentally. And it scars you to the point where you don't want to deal with any men under any circumstance. Excuse me. And that's fine. That's understandable, and that's your choice. And I can't sit down there and say, well, you'll get through it, because I personally am a guy, obviously, so I wouldn't know what that feels like under any circumstances. But I will say this: you do have women out here do need to realize that you do have the right to take power in a man trying to abuse you. And when I say that, I mean it in the sense that if you got anything that's around you that can be swung, or if you had a strength in you, if you're angry enough about the situation, no, you're not the mad woman. And no, I hate to go there because it's going to be the obvious stereotype, you're not the mad black woman. You're just trying to get yourself out of a situation to avoid someone hurting you. Because physical abuse is one thing, but when it hurts you inside, or even on a mental aspect, it's just not even the same. So I'm doing this video kind of to point out that particular thing more than anything. If someone out here, if you need help, there are plenty of places you can go to. By all means, communicate and let someone know about it. Whatever information you do have that can lead to helping to get that situation resolved. And a lot of times you want to get it nipped, because if you don't, you just let that person be out in the streets and they can do it to anybody and make everybody in the world practically vulnerable, especially women, obviously. That was my first topic. My second topic is kind of a mini topic, but it's kind of interesting. A while back, a lot of my bloggers that have read my stuff since day one have heard me talk about the infamous missing interpreter. Normally, whenever this is talked about, it's always discussed when two people are talking to each other. Kind of gotta say it's gotten bad now, because the sense that I've come up with from yesterday is that men and women do not talk to each other, nor do they understand how the other looks at things. And here's what I mean. And I'm a guy, so I'm gonna be biased, obviously, because I could spin it and look at it from the female's aspect, but I will be wrong 9 times out of 10, because A, I'm not a woman. So I'm going to put that out there early and make it clear. But what I'm going to say and throw out to you is this: when men and women both show love in two different ways. For a woman will say, I love you, 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 and they will say it and they mean it every time, from the first time they say it to the last time they talk to you at night. The guys, however, we mess up in that department, because we say it back and we attempt to act as if we mean it, and it's not about us, and most of the time it's we're playing it in the tell them what they want to hear category. And I have a song that I listened to a while back that really put that out there in a way that just blindsided me. But it was it's very interesting, a very interesting song. If I can find it, I'll see if I can get it to some of you all or tell you what the name of it is or who this artist is or whatever. But yeah, it's got to be a way that we can talk to each other, like especially like women and this is how I'm gonna be right down the middle and say it the best way possible. Men, we need to understand that for a woman, when she's saying that she loves you, that's her means of getting a confirmation from you knowing that, okay, I love you. And if you say it back, then that means I love you too. And it's not just I'm with you because I got a hidden agenda, or I'm with you just to act like I'm with you and I like you. Because people can get so infatuated by love and get so blinded by love that they don't know whether they're really in love or not. And that's a whole another topic that I always will leave open, because there's a wound that you just don't really know how to stab or how to avoid stabbing without stepping on toes as always. So I'm just gonna leave that out there for you, how you think on that for a little bit. Now from the women's aspect, or from the woman's aspect, excuse me, it's more or less men are very we're affectionate and we're caring people, but we are not, when it comes to talking about stuff, we're out. We talk about it when and where need be. Of course, now for me, I've gotten to the stage where I try to talk things out the best that I can, and a lot of times it works out in my favor and a lot of times it doesn't. So it's just all in how you get the person on the other end to understand what you're saying. But you got to talk to each other, not at each other. Or if you talk over each other, that can always draw about problems as well. Just know who you're talking to and how to talk to them about things, and just kind of keep it in a simple manner. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut this one down because I gotta get ready to leave and get this money. But anyway, I had a discussion with my better half in so many words, and kind of getting her to understand that people are going to do what they're going to do no matter what. And when I say that, I mean it in the sense that if a person is going to go out here and drink and want to drive after they finish drinking, they're going to do it. But behind that, the ones who drink and know their control, know what they can and can't drink, and know when they finish drinking whether they're in the mood to drive or whether they just going to say, you know what, screw it, I'm not going nowhere, I'm going to chill. And what I want to say and what I want to let people know is, if a person says they're okay, go with that person's word. If you don't feel confident in it, that's understandable and that's fine, that's your choice. But trust in what a person says and also what that person does. Just because you've had something happen to you or someone you know or something close to you or it affected you or had you scarred for life, the rest of the world isn't going through that. We're moving on, we're living life. If you're stuck in that time period, you gotta stay. And I know I'm going to be sounding like I'm straight taking a dagger and throwing it at somebody, but I'm not. I'm just letting it be known that people are going to drink, people are going to drive. When you mix them together, you can screw yourself no matter what. Point blank, no questions asked. And on top of that, the situation I had with someone worrying about me drinking, I had to get them to realize. Yesterday the race was going on in my neighborhood, which means anybody who knows racing means that the cops are going to be out. They're trying to check stuff. Plus, at the end of the month, they're trying to make quota. All of that factored into the equation. So when worst come to worst, control is what I have, and control is what I'm going to obtain when I'm doing what I'm doing. So just trusting the people who say that they're okay. If you feel like they're not, then check on them to make sure they're alright. But don't play the role that isn't necessary. That was my heavy mental for today, and let me get ready to get out of here. Y'all be good. Check me out, myspace.com. It's my 06. btaylor21.blogspot.com. And those of you who do look at my videos on YouTube, I'm under the name btaylor21. I'm always adding videos all the time. Obviously, like I said, I took a 2-day hiatus. Getting back on the 360 was good. I noticed Uno is an interesting trend, because if you mention that to a female, for some odd reason they love playing Uno. And we're just going to leave it at that and go from there. So I'm out. 3 fingers, blood, sweat, and tears. The poet has spoken. Hitting you with the realness. Peace.